Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the next episode of The Sopranos. This is season 2, episode 2, titled Do Not Resuscitate. It gives me vibes of Olivia type of centered episode. Maybe something happens in the hospital and Tony gives the okay to do not resuscitate. Or maybe it's Janice. I don't know, because there's some shady stuff happening with her. I'm just eager to hop into this. I want to keep this kind of pre-show discussion short. So before I hop in, I do want to remind you guys, Patreon for the full-length, uncut, unedited reactions, as well as early access to everything else you see here on the channel, as well as exclusive reactions. So if any of that interests you, hop on over to Patreon. Of course, if you can't support me over there, you can always support me right here on YouTube. All you gotta do is like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Now let's stop talking, hop in, have a good time, discuss afterwards. All right, guys, here we go. He seems happy.
3 fucking weeks it takes you to put me on your visitors list?
Just be careful. These motherless fucks listen to everything.
My nephew's visiting his uncle, who loves him.
Things could have gone the other way, my little nephew.
Yeah, but they didn't.
This problem you and me had, I want you to know your mother had nothing to do with it.
Lioness.
She's a sick woman. She don't have all our marbles.
Who the fuck are you kidding? It's killing you that people are talking. That an old woman made an asshole out of you.
Not half so bad as certain rumors floating around this place about you. How Tony Soprano likes to fluff up his mother's pillows so she can get a nice long sleep. You want to make all this nonsense disappear? Make peace with her. It'll be good for all of us.
No fucking way. You told that fat fuck Bacala. Tell him to come out from his mouse hole. I want to see him tomorrow.
What for?
Okay.
The black man industrialized the North, but we're still fighting for jobs. Right. Over 25 joint fitters on this work site, not a black man to be found. Tell him, Reverend. Out of work while their white joint fitter is filling his stomach. My father put his life on the line for this country. Come on up here, Papa. Fought in World War II, the war against tyranny. But when it came home, I said when it came home, he had to fight a different kind of war all over again. I'm gonna tell him no more cutting us out of the team. No more! You hear that, Mr. Masserone Brothers Construction? What do we want?
Hey, man, I'm going to visit she whose name may not be uttered. You want to come?
You mean like now? Wow, I really like to, but I gotta study my French.
No biggie.
Hey, I want to talk to you.
Mm.
What the fuck were you doing with that real estate sign? I put that fucking sign back in the fucking ground and that's it.
Whether the sign's there or not, the house is still for sale. Do you remember Kathy Fiola?
What about her?
She's in real estate now. Thousands of dollars. I mean, it may not mean anything to you, but maybe Mark could use it.
Yeah? Fuck her.
Oof. He's so mad. Why doesn't he just hire someone to do that?
Well, I can't believe it. It's my daughter from California.
It's Seattle, Ma.
Would you like some of my tapioca?
Mwah.
Oh, you reek of cigarettes.
Look at you. All dressed, out of bed.
You don't care. You weren't here 5 minutes.
I had to go to the city for a few days. I'm pitching my self-help video. Lady Kerouac, or packing for the highway to a woman's self-esteem.
You could never stand yourself. And that's why you ran away. You think it was easy for me? You don't know the kind of man your father was.
What do you mean?
Nobody knows what I went through.
What about Daddy?
One thing I could tell you, it would kill him to see me now.
Here's your ice cream, Mrs. S. Then we can take our walk.
Leave me alone, please. To open the window and just push me out.
Mrs. Soprano, what's wrong? What happened?
You gonna fool me for a second. You're here because you want to take my house.
Damn.
You don't know what goes through this mind of mine.
Well, that's for fucking sure.
I hope you have children of your own and they treat you like this.
This is bullshit.
Now you're starting to see it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Talk to me.
These fucking Ditsuna activists, they're killing me. They're picketing my place 24/7. 3 days I'm down already.
Who?
This hard-on Reverend Herman James Jr. He's an old song, not enough minorities doing the joint fitting. But if you could pave the way for me to talk to your uncle so he could maybe send some guys down and
You know, make it uncomfortable for these people.
It's gonna cost you.
Besides what, you're already raping me for those no-show electrician jobs.
You're not such a fucking citizen when you want a construction bid to go your way, are you,
Okay,
Jack?
okay. Take it easy.
And I'll see what I can do. Watch you don't get followed meeting me.
Bobby Baccialieri, the last man standing.
I don't want to say nothing, Tony. You don't want to get yourself in trouble.
A lot of funerals in your corner of the world, huh, Bobby? Don't look at the floor, Bobby. Look at me. I want you to talk to that bald cocksucker who calls himself my father's brother. Tell him I'm gonna let him keep on earning. He'll be able to pay his defense lawyers.
Already, let me say for him. Thank you.
Now, Bobby, you're gonna hear some high-end shit. And A, I hope you can understand it. And B, I hope you keep it between this room and Junior. Because if you don't, I promise you,
You'll be like the
5
meat.
pieces of you in 8 different dumpsters.
I inherited Junior. I don't think you got reason to talk to me this way. I always liked you.
Bullshit. But we'll assume you do now. He also gets to keep his stripes. As far as the feds are concerned, they got the boss of the family in jail, awaiting trial. Even if they hear different, it creates confusion.
Got it.
But they already
As far as
have
the rest of everything that you
Tony
know,
listed as street boss, right?
it's now mine.
My back don't feel one iota different. Doctor said it'll take a couple of days for the steroids to kick in. I gotta get my jacuzzi.
Too much stress in your life, Sal. Tony doesn't know you're back yet, does he?
Jesus Christ, no. I didn't go see him yet. You guys are all alike.
Hey, you've seen guys drag their dicks before, Sal. Take advantage of the government's generosity, playing both ends against the middle.
This guy looks familiar too.
Tony already thinks maybe I flipped. I gotta be careful.
Jimmy Altieri ate the pill for you. Any suspicion about being an informant went to the grave with Jimmy Altieri.
Yeah. And I know Tony 30 years, not this.
This fuck tried to suffocate his own mother, Sal. Huh?
Disgraziata.
His own uncle wanted him whacked. You said so yourself. T's been shitting on you for years. Plus, he's been crying to his shrink twice a week. You don't know this man dick. So don't sit there and tell me you're gonna take a bullet for some yuppie who thinks you're his errand boy.
Interesting. I never actually thought about it like that.
Your Honor, I take offense at the characterization of my client as a mafioso. He's awaiting trial for alleged offenses. In his condition, Mr. Soprano has every right to pursue the best possible medical care that he can afford.
The few clogged arteries, Your Honor.
If I approve this, you will be under what is called house arrest. It means that you must remain in your primary residence and cannot leave.
The government asks for an electronic bracelet.
He shows no prior arrest since 1968. He pays his taxes, and he's a veteran
Does
of the
he?
Second World War.
It sounds like Nazi Germany to me.
Obviously, you need a history lesson, sir.
I don't think that you and I should let our...
The judge should just be like, if you want house arrest, you're gonna be wearing the bracelet.
He's wearing a bracelet
There you go.
to avoid any risk of flight.
All right. You're stuck in the house, buddy.
You break that, you're paying for it.
If I'd have known you were gonna get out so fast with this medical shit, I never would have talked to that calzone with legs.
He gave me the message.
Calzone with legs.
What's on your mind?
Muscle own construction.
Bacala is taking care of it.
It's gotta go 60-40 my way.
Did you do what I asked?
Make up with your
What'd you ask me
mom.
to do?
You know, make peace.
That woman is dead to me. You let it go.
Why the fuck should I? She's my brother's wife. She doesn't realize what she says half the time.
Let's put our cards on the table here.
Yeah, let's find out.
Well, which half did you listen to? The half that doesn't make any sense, or the half that we both know played you like a fucking child?
Nobody played me.
Oh, you got played.
Your uncle isn't as dumb as you think. You, that miserable fuck Altieri, a rat bastard, all of my capos meeting behind my back.
Oh, you let sleeping dogs lie, okay? I have my reasons.
Freddie Capuano. That motherless, money-grubbing little son of a bitch that runs that...
The guy who owns Green Grove Retirement Community?
He's like an old fucking lady. He's been going around telling Soprano business to anybody who'll listen. He's the one that's been saying that shit about you trying to whack your mother. Even implied that...
The fat guy? What do you say the name was? Hairpiece. Fuck. Did I just like miss? Fuck. What is he talking about? I missed it.
I just saw on Inside Edition how
DNA.
there will be no more unknown soldiers because of DNA now. They will be able to identify every single casualty of combat.
Best be smart on macaroni and cheese.
That looks good.
Tony, I know you don't like to talk about her, but that woman is impossible. She's a complete narcissist. I mean, me.
Maybe he'll listen now.
Really, kudos. You are a saint.
You're right the first time, and I want to talk about it. This is my house. How many times I gotta say it?
Thank you, Il Duce.
It's my fault, man. I was insensitive to his feelings. You see how easy that was? So, Mr. Delegated Power of Attorney, have you got any thought? Can my girlfriend have the listing?
As long as it gets sold, I don't give a fuck who lists it.
She's got something in
What did one
mind.
prick say to the other prick? You see what happens with you cursing at the dinner table?
I want to know. Oh, we don't get to know? Horrible writing. Just kidding. They probably didn't even have a punchline. Just cut away.
Med, wasn't that a stop sign?
I just hate the way he thinks he can talk to you. It's so
He's insecure. He's afraid to leave New Jersey, and he's threatened by anybody who's broken free.
It's too pathetic.
How about Grandma in that rehab center?
I know.
How terrible.
What is she into?
I don't know. Negativity?
But seriously, isn't there anything she likes doing?
My dad used to try and find her these old records, these sisters.
The De Castro sisters, right?
He used to bring her that Mario Lasagna guy.
Oh, yuck. I hated that shit.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Did you see me on TV?
You were on TV? What show?
The evening news.
Oh, yeah, there.
What show?
Well, how'd I look? Be honest.
You look, you know, like you. You look good.
I didn't like the way I looked. A Chinaman goes to see the eye doctor. After the exam, the doctor says, I know why you're having trouble. Chinaman says, why? Doctor says, you have a cataract. The Chinaman says, no, I have a Lincoln Continental.
What?
He drives a Lincoln.
Yeah, I got it.
What?
I get it. Okay. That was super obvious.
Excuse me, where's the men's room?
Through the doors to the left.
Super obvious. Janice.
You're awake.
What is that? That music.
Non descadade mema. Pavrani.
Did you bring it?
I never forgot how much you liked a good tenor.
She's trying to get the house.
My children.
Music has charms, Ma. Thank God, huh?
Aww. They're both like manipulative. We'll see where how Tony deals with all this. This is pretty funny. Jesus. Calzone with legs.
I think it's time for you to start to seriously consider salads.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean, get off my car before you flip it over, you fat fuck.
Junior wants to know when.
Tomorrow morning.
Before you flip it over.
Make sure you're there.
Okay, what are they gonna do?
Consider it exercise.
Fat fuck. Should look in the mirror sometime, you insensitive cocksucker.
Tony's fat, but he's not that fat.
Good. You guys started without me. Good.
Bless us, our Lord, amen.
Janice, you know what time we eat. If you're gonna be late, call, or you're not gonna eat.
Don't send me to bed hungry, Daddy.
Oh boy, he's gonna get pissed.
I miss the fireflies out west.
That's why I moved out here. A little bit of nature. Listen, when you were in Seattle, you ever drive by Jimi Hendrix's house?
Mm-mm. You know, Tony, I know it's not your favorite subject, but We had some really great news about Ma at the hospital today. Her rehab therapist says she's making tremendous strides, and it's not going to be long before they release her. Believe me, Medicare is not going to pay for it if it's not as necessary as real, would they?
And the taxpayer foots the bill.
It's not much longer now. But she's going to need a place to stay.
On the street.
God. Really?
Tell you what, take her back to Green Grove.
You know I don't have that kind of money. Fuck you.
Ah, shit. Well, this is getting out of control. Okay.
So, Ma, you're going to be getting out of here soon. Want to go home?
Home?
Back to the house?
My house?
Uh-huh.
No, I don't think so. I'll go back to the other place.
To the nursing home? No. No, Ma. That's for people who don't have anybody to look after them.
But there's too much trouble.
No, Ma, you can't go back there.
Why not?
The owner is missing. Mr. Capiano? They
Is he?
suspect foul play. Yeah.
Oh, would you just stop it? Stop it. Just give me a minute. Go. Stop hovering. Oh.
Oh, it's an act.
There's no emergency provision for your mother on file. I tried to talk to her about a DNR, and she got very agitated.
Janice, where are my glasses? I can't find the tissues.
She's gonna sign it. She wants the house.
Who gives a fuck, DNR, no DNR?
Okay, great. So then what happens when she goes into a coma and they have to keep her alive with tubes and machines because you won't sign a DNR?
When she becomes a vegetable, she's not gonna give a fuck about anything.
Deprive your mother to deprive me of my chance to make peace with my mother.
You know what, Janice? Take her. You can have her. The two of you in that house, you deserve each other.
You gotta sign something over to give her power of attorney.
I'll give you your fucking DNR.
Interesting.
Look who's here. Anthony, come over here. Give your grandma a kiss. Oh. I thought you were Janice. Here we go. Yeah, she comes over every day and play pinochle with me. Daughters take better care of their mothers. That's why.
She's home, I think.
Oh, see, he's gonna bring up the DNR.
You didn't ride over here on your bicycle in the dark.
No, Meadow drove me.
Meadow?
Where is she?
I don't know.
She's another one. They don't care what happens to you, Johnny. No, they stick you away somewhere and they forget you ever existed.
I guess.
Grandma, what's a DNR? What are you talking about, a DNR? What are you guys talking about?
What's DNR?
Oh my god,
DNR.
no!
But I heard Dad and Aunt Pravati talking about your DNR.
Jesus.
So is that, similar?
Aunt? You mean Janice? Janice? They were talking about me?
About your DNR. Because that's what's confusing. Like, DNA, everybody's got that.
She thinks I should have a DNR?
Or that Dad should give it to you or something. Because what if you went to a coma or something?
Oh, God. He always be fucking shit up.
Guess what, Ma? I got great news. Tony's not gonna sell the house. And when you get released, we're gonna take you back home.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna live with you.
Why? So you cannot resuscitate me?
Second what?
Oh, Mrs. Soprano. I think you should go live with your daughter, Mrs. Soprano.
Well, I think I'm gonna leave all my money to you, honey.
Hey.
I've got to catch up on some charts.
Janice, what did I tell you last week? Where'd I put my money? I must have put it somewhere. You don't fool me. I know what you're thinking about.
No!
I didn't tell you where I put that money.
Let's not worry about that. Let's just get you better so you can go home and
Wow.
I can take care of you. And if it's there, we'll find it.
She's kind of scary. Livia and Janice are kind of scary.
What's all this?
My father's passed away.
Oh!
God blessed him with longevity. What are you gonna do? We all will have our time. My father didn't know about our little business arrangement. He wouldn't have approved. And that generation's almost all gone. And when the last one goes, we become the old folks at the family functions.
Mm.
When the last one dies, it signals the beginning of the last stretch for us. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not looking to go no time soon. It's just feels funny now being an elder.
Sure ended a demonstration bust-up.
Your guys went a little too far. Rashi and Taylor almost lost an eye.
Mm.
How'd you do overall?
Mazzarone gave me 5 no-shows.
Are we whacking up 2.5 each?
3-2.
Hey, I should be looking for 3-2 my way.
Hey, man, all your guys are in on this shit. These protesters finding I'm not in my pockets with their blood. It's me they're crying for. 3-2.
I'll think about it. Hey, Rev. Sorry about your old man.
How dare you call here?
I know Johnny's at work.
Anthony, your son.
He harbors resentment against me.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you listen to that Janice. Be very careful, because she's a real snake in the grass. If anything happens to her.
Hmm.
Hello?
She has no work ethic because her
Hello?
dad spoiled her, right? She was daddy's little girl. Interesting. I kind of want to watch a prequel now.
Come on, we're going to the emergency room.
Fuck that. I'm all right.
Well, why don't we just go down there and make sure? Uncle June.
What do you do? Hurt his back?
Hey, you still here?
No fucking ambulance.
Do you have a
I don't
concussion?
like it, okay? Bacalao will come.
Yeah, sure.
We'll all go.
Help me up.
I think he broke his hip.
Jeez.
Take it easy.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna pick you up.
Back. Get the door.
Anthony, don't let me go to my grave with this guilt.
Now, you listen to me, you old prick. You're not going anywhere.
Make things right with your mother, please.
Hmm. If his hip is really broken, that's gotta hurt though, right? You're like, oh shit. All right, guys. So that was The Sopranos season 2, episode 2, titled "Do Not Resuscitate." So Janice is snake in the grass is one way to describe her. I like this. So kind of like what I was saying in the previous episode's post-show discussion. I like the family aspect and the dynamic of Tony's immediate family and how that's kind of like spreading out throughout the story. I like that aspect the most, especially in this episode. Because, yeah, it was cool doing the whole protest stuff on the side, but the meat of the story was definitely surrounding Janice. And this is not the first time AJ went to go see Grandma and spilt the beans about something. You know, the first time he went to go visit her and just like, oh, hey, Grandma, did you know Dad sees a psychiatrist? And he's like, no, he doesn't. It's like, yeah, he does. No, he doesn't. I remember that scene. And now here he's like, hey, Grandma, what's a DNR? And gets her all stirred up again. So, now, what's going to happen with Janice knowing that Livia is wise to her? Janice, we're getting all these little bits about her character, right? I like her as a character. I do. And I feel like her inclusion into the story could be very interesting, very entertaining, and very kind of I don't know. It could keep me on the edge of my seat just because I don't know exactly when she's gonna like strike. Because she started laying down the cards. You know, she's very manipulative in her own right. Now we only really got kind of like glimpses of her past, being like the spoiled daughter. You know, being daddy's little girl, being taken everywhere with dad, but now she's kind of come back, kind of broke with nothing, and she's kind of like snaking her way back into, you know, the family by getting Mom's house off the listing or off the market. Because does she even have a friend? I mean, I'm assuming she does, but she's probably lying about the position in about what her friend does in terms of kind of like being a leasing agent or whatever. Because the way she's kind of like plotting this out, it just feels like little by little she's kind of positioning herself back atop on the mountain. You know, she's been gone for all this time, but now she's here to kind of take out the mom. And I don't know if I'm supposed to kind of feel that way, but the fact that when she was caught, when Livia said, "I know what you're up to," and she started looking at the stair sign, and she started seeing Livia's face like on the little drawing of the person falling down the stairs. I was like, no. So now I'm just like, because Janice, you could see the wheels start turning in her head when Livia dropped mention that she has money that she was gonna leave behind for certain people. And Jen's like, money? What money? You know, I'm going to move in and live with you. And if you do have money, we'll find it together. So Janice is scary as a character just because she's putting on this front. Tony's wise to her a little bit, but at this point, he's just so stressed out with the whole mom situation and the Uncle June and everything else. He's just like, you know what? If you want to be responsible for mom, go ahead. That's on you. But I feel like that's what Janice wanted because not only does she now have power of attorney. I think that was a conversation that had. I think Tony has to sign something though. He can't just like verbally say your power of attorney. Like there has to be something in writing that holds up in court. You know what I mean? So he verbally said. So I don't know if it's going to take place or kind of come into play, or if that's just supposed to kind of like let us know that changes are happening behind the scenes, and within the next episode, Janice will be power of attorney. Who knows? Maybe Tony is wiping his hands or washing his hands clean of this whole situation. It could very well be. But with Janice being power of attorney and now moving herself back into the house with money being somewhere, I feel like she's going to kill her mom. But then that also brings up another question. What's her end game? Is her end game she just wants money and kind of like to start a new life? Or does she actually want in? You know, there's no way, right? Like, is she wise to what's actually happening? Like, to what's happening with, does she know Tony's in the mob? Does she know that he's a capo or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think, unless I missed it or forgot, I don't think they made mention of her kind of crossing that line and acknowledging that side of Tony's life. I don't remember if that was a thing or not. But if it was, then you know maybe she wants to kind of come back and maybe take her seat rightfully at the top of the mountain here. You know, with Uncle June being kind of indisposed right now with the broken hip. Who knows? Tony's kind of like, you know, being pulled in every which way. So it's going to be a stressful time. And with Janice like snaking her way back up the ladder, I don't know what's really about to happen. But I am very intrigued to see what goes on with the story and how it kind of evolves and pushes forward, because that's really exciting. At least to me, it is. Let me just kind of scrub through this. Because yeah, I think that was definitely like the most interesting and entertaining part of the story so far. Is how we kind of is watching the family kind of crumble from the inside. When you kind of bring back family like Janice into the mix. I mean, Barbara was their other sister, right? But Barbara was only there for a little bit. But we'll definitely see what happens going forward. R.I.P. to this old man here. I forget what his name was, but the Reverend's dad. And then we also kind of got information that Tony and the Reverend were in league with each other, so they're cutting deals, you know, so they get kind of like a mutual. They both benefit mutually from this partnership. But yeah, definitely some good shit. I'm very interested to see what happens going forward with the whole Livia, Janice, and Tony thing. That trifecta of stuff with the family aspect, as opposed to kind of like the mob stuff with him and June, I think they're equally as exciting, right? Especially right now. I mean, at least to me personally. So good shit nonetheless, and I think I'm just gonna end it there. All right, guys. If you guys enjoyed my review, enjoyed my reaction, you guys want to see this episode with me in its entirety, the options available to you right now over on Patreon. Links in the description down below or pinned in the top comment. If you can't support me on Patreon, you can always support me right here on YouTube. All you gotta do is like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Now I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys next time in the next episode of The Sopranos, which will be Season 2, Episode 3. Until then, adios, guys.
And if you liked what you saw, tell your friends, tell your family, tweet about it. And if you didn't like it, shut the fuck up.